All right, guys, welcome back to the second channel and welcome back to another Monday Night Football parlay video. Now, this is a little bit different this week because we have two Monday Night Football games, so we're going big. We have two games, Texans, Bucs, Raiders, Chargers. I thought about splitting them up and doing two different parlays, right? And I said, you know what, screw it. Let's put it all together. So we have a 6-leg parlay between the two games to dive into in this video. And I want to give a big shout out to Outlier that helped us find these plays, guys. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or use the link in the description. I'll also put it in the pinned comment. You get 7 days free of the tool that we're going to use for the most part of today's video. It's my favorite player prop research tool, not just for the NFL, NBA, NFL, WNBA, right? They have NHL on there, MLB. I don't even know if I've listed. They have all the sports, all right? NCAA football. They got everything. Go ahead and check it out, guys. All the graphics that you'll see, again, from Outlier. So go check that out. But what do you say we go ahead and dive into the first spot here? Guys, this is boosted over on DK at plus 516. Wouldn't that sound nice if we go ahead and cash it? And speaking of that, we should actually recap how we did on Sunday. Thanks to the ghost leg parlay promo that they had, we hit 3 of 4 legs. Lamar Jackson did come up just shy. Forget how much he had, but yeah, that one didn't come through. But that ghost promo that we talked about in our other parlay video was act as if one leg doesn't count if it loses, and we did hit the other 3. Cowboys had to sweat out, Rams did their job, and then Trevor Lawrence. Boy, do we have a good read on that. So you know what? Some success with these parlay videos, huh? On the second channel. Now, today is a 6-leg parlay, so things might be a little bit different, but let's go ahead and dive into it. First one here, alternate line, Bucky Irving, 40-plus rushing yards. Didn't really get going in week 1. He only had 37 rushing yards on 14 attempts. I do think that he'll be a little bit better against this Raiders team who, yeah, last year they were pretty good. But that said, I think this Raiders team is going to be very much concerned with Baker, very much concerned with the rookie Emeka Ibuku based on how he played last week. So I think that Bucky's going to get a decent amount of carries. I like him here over 40. He's done it in obviously 8 of his last 10. Last season, he did it in 14 of 18. And again, he's a little bit off to a rough start here. He only averaged 2.6 yards per rush in week number 1. Last season, he averaged double that. Literally, you know what I mean? Like 0.1 less than double that. So I think that he has a decent start here in this game and kind of gets the ball early and often. Now, where I see this game kind of progressing to is the Bucs throwing the ball a decent amount. So I like the alternate line of Mike Evans here. He did have 50 receiving yards in week 1. In terms of his targets, he had 5 catches on those 8 targets. This is a Raiders squad that I do think the secondary, Mike Evans, should be able to go out there and do well against, especially, like I said, with a lot of people being like, oh my God, the rookie's fantastic and all that. Mike Evans is still the best receiver on that team and still is Baker's, favorite weapon. And throw in the fact that Mike Evans could have his 12th, I believe it's 12, tying Jerry Rice, 1,000-yard receiving season. I mean, come on, this is in a row, by the way. This is a spot in which they might force feed him, right? Against a defense that I think overperformed in week 1. So those are 2 plays in week number 1, game number 1. Bucky over 39.5, Mike Evans over 39.5, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Shall we move into the second game? We have 4 plays, 2 on each team in the second game. I think there's going to be a little bit more offense in that one. If you guys watched my main channel videos, this is the game that I'm kind of dissecting a little bit more here when it comes to some player props. Keenan Allen, I already like his over 4.5 receptions, but you know what? For the sake of the parlay, let's go ahead and take a peek at him over 3.5. Now, in week number 1, he had 7 catches on, I believe it was 10. Yeah, 10 targets going up against the Raiders. Excuse me, did I say Raiders in that first? This is the Texans defense, by the way, with I got all screwed up there. Texans defense in terms of Bucky Irving and Mike Evans. Take a womp womp for that. Very, very good defense, but I still think there's going to be a lot of focus on Baker Mayfield. So everything I said is true. I just said the team's wrong because I'm a dummy. But this is a spot in which this Raiders defense, that's where the secondary, I do think, kind of lacks. Keenan Allen looked like a nice little safety blanket for Justin Herbert, and I think that we could see something continuing there in terms of, Herbert against this type of defense. It's not like the Raiders applied all that much pressure. Man versus zone split should be pretty good. So I think Keenan Allen has a decent day. Kind of alongside that, we did look at Justin Herbert over 220 passing yards as well. 219.5 to be specific. So 220 plus counts here. Correlates to I guess pretty much what I just mentioned, right? I think that he's going to be comfortable, not too much pressure. He'll be able to find his guys. Obviously, they do have Amari and Hampton, and maybe if they can start to get the run game going, it takes away from these guys passing, but I don't think that that's how they establish their position in the game. So even if they take a lead because they're the much better team and all that, I still think that he gets to 220, and Keenan gets his as well. Let's move it over to the other quarterback, Geno Smith, 362 against the Patriots. Do I think that he does that again? That is a huge straw. No, I don't think he does that again. But 210? I don't think that's going to be all that difficult. He hit it in 12 of 17 last year, averaging 250. I like his spot here against the Chargers defense, in which I think this is a very good defense, but based on, them playing man and zone splits, Geno actually should be pretty damn comfortable. If they can avoid the pressure, he should be comfortable. And the Patriots really didn't get to Geno. Now, do they have the same sort of defensive pressure ability as the Chargers? Maybe not. But I still think 210. Again, this is a very heavily alternate line. And who's he going to throw to? I think our man Jacoby. Now, Brock Bowers looks like he's going to suit up. But even if Brock Bowers plays, he almost missed this game, right? How healthy can he be? Maybe it's all smoke and mirrors and we get screwed. But I think there's some value on Jacoby Myers today. You can even see his receptions, guys, is all the way up at 5.5. We need 40 yards from him. Last year, in terms of his yards per reception, if we pull that one up, yards per reception to him was 12.2. If he catches 4, he's at 48 there. So I do like the idea of that. And again, they have him at getting potentially 6 catches. So I like the idea of Jacoby. Again, that's going to be over 39.5, so 40 receiving yards. In that parlay, that's what it ultimately ends up coming out to. You can see it right here. We have Keenan, 4 receptions, Geno Smith, 210 passing yards, Justin Herbert, 220, Jacoby, 40 yards, and then 40 on the ground for Bucky and 40 through the air for Mike Evans. Really do like this spot. I think this is a nice little 6-leg, guys. And again, it's a plus 343 over on DK. If you use the boost right now, which I believe it is called the Monday Night Football 50% SGP boost, 50% boosting it, baby. 516 are the new odds. That'd be a nice little chunk of change there. So that is the parlay we're rolling with. Again, want to give a big shout out to Outlier for helping us find these plays and the odds and all that in the snap of a hat. Drop of a hat, snap of fingers. You guys know what I mean. Let's go ahead and cash this one, guys. Catch you guys in the next one, right? Peace out.